I'm sure you've seen a lot of the reporting that's come out of Maryland, a player who died there of heat stroke, and some of the cultural things. I'm curious, as you read that, how extreme do you think that is in the college football community, and what kind of culture do you try and instill with Edinger?
I don't know about how extreme it is everywhere else, because I only know how we do it here. But when it comes
to other programs in the past too.
Well, yes, but I don't want to talk about those. I want to talk about mine. The big thing about our program is all that stuff is controlled by the medical people. We don't have workouts without medical people. If they tell someone that they can't go, they can't go. It's not a coach's decision. It's not a strength coach's decision. It's a medical decision.
How important? Have you tried to change over the last maybe 5-6 years? Have you changed your coaching style with not only medical-wise with guys on the field, but what you're seeing off the field as well, such as with what's going on with Urban and stuff of that nature?
Yeah, I made a change a long time ago. I just felt like the language was a little rough for me, and I just thought that if you have enough command over the King's language, you should be able to find enough words in the dictionary to be able to describe things without using so much profanity. Now, there's profanity at practices. You can't get around it, but I choose not to use it.
Was there an incident that prompted that?
No, just a change of heart.
You think it's more effective not to be, I don't know, overbearing in that regard?
I don't know if it's overbearing. Again, you can be demanding. It's just the type of words that you use in being demanding.
Coach, how difficult is it to watch over all of the program? Yes, it's your job as a head coach to be that leader and to be, I'm looking at an Urban Meyer situation, what went on there. Can you, realistically look over every part of your program and know what's going on?
I think the big thing is you're responsible for it, so you can't sidestep that responsibility. You're responsible for all the stuff.
Dan Woken of USA Today wrote an interesting column about how obviously college football teams are very secretive or less revealing with their information for competitive advantage, and that maybe prevents the amount of checks and balances that media can provide. And I understand the two sides to this and why coaching staff may not want more access, but do you feel there are an appropriate amount of checks involved to ensure guys stay healthy and avoid situations like the player dying, even Coda at Texas A&M having a heat stroke scare?
When you say improper balances, I don't know what you mean by that, and I'm being honest with you. We have balances. The balances are there so you won't be improper. You should welcome the balance.
Mm-hmm. So how do you think those, obviously there's only 2 incidences, but is it not alarming that something like that can happen under the current kind of guidelines of the system that's in place?
Again, it hasn't happened here, and I can only talk about what we do in our program. I don't want to talk about someone else's.
Have you done anything, after what happened with Coda and the player at Maryland to work on best practices for heat situations or ensure that the medical staff is ready for that type of stuff?
Once again, all that stuff's tied into the medical people. We all work as a team, and we make sure that we have checks and balances.